Have you ever walked away from an argument with your partner thinking, wow, that was awful? Are they a narcissist? You're not alone. These days, the word narcissist is everywhere. On TikTok, in podcasts, even tossed around casually in group chats. But here's the truth. Not every bad partner is a narcissist. Sometimes, it's just a relationship mismatch, immaturity, or plain bad behavior. So, how do you tell the difference? And why does it even matter? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap. Today, we're diving into the question, is it narcissistic personality disorder, or just a bad relationship? Why does this matter? Because if we mislabel every bad boyfriend, girlfriend, or spouse as a narcissist, we miss two important things. 1. We might excuse toxic behavior as a medical condition, when it's really just immaturity or selfishness. And 2, we risk overlooking what true NPD actually looks like, which is serious, long-lasting, and often destructive. Narcissistic Personality Disorder, or NPD, is a mental health condition diagnosed by professionals. It's a consistent pattern of a deep need for admiration, lack of empathy, and an inflated sense of self-importance. Think of it this way. A bad partner might forget your birthday or ignore your feelings during a fight. Annoying, yes. Narcissist, not necessarily. Someone with NPD, on the other hand, would likely make your birthday about them. Dismiss your feelings altogether, and then twist the narrative so you end up apologizing. All right, let's break down the key differences with some real-world examples. 1. Consistency versus slip-ups. Bad partner. They can be kind and supportive sometimes, but also selfish or inconsiderate. Maybe they were stressed, or they just don't have great communication skills. NPD, the lack of empathy, is consistent. It's not just a bad day, it's their default mode. Every situation somehow centers on them. Example, your friend forgets to pick you up from the airport once. Frustrating, but forgivable. A narcissist would not only forget, but then blame you for being upset about it. 2. Taking responsibility. Bad partner. They might resist at first, but can eventually own up, apologize, and work on it. NPD, genuine accountability, rarely happens. Instead, you'll see blame shifting, denial, or gaslighting. Example, in a fight, a bad partner might say, "You're right, I snapped at you. I'll try to do better." A narcissist. "You're too sensitive. If you didn't nag me, I wouldn't have snapped." 3. Empathy check. Bad partner. They may not always get your feelings right away, but with explanation, they can try to understand. NPD. True narcissists lack empathy. Your pain doesn't register unless it directly affects them. Example, you're sick with the flu. A bad partner might forget to bring you soup. but still ask how you're doing. A narcissist complains you ruining their weekend because you not fun to be around. 4. Control and manipulation. Bad partner might be controlling out of insecurity or fear, but they can work on it with therapy or communication. NPD, control, is baked into the relationship. They use manipulation, silent treatment, guilt trips, love bombing as a tool to keep you off balance. 5. Growth versus stagnation. Bad partner. With effort, time, or counseling, things can improve. NPD. Narcissists rarely change. Growth requires acknowledging the problem, and that's the one thing they resist most. So why does knowing the difference matter? If you're in a rough relationship with someone who's simply immature, selfish, or hasn't learned healthy communication, there's room for growth. Couples, counseling, boundaries, and honest conversations might actually help. But if you're with someone who shows the hallmarks of NPD, you may be facing a cycle of emotional manipulation, gaslighting, and long-term harm. That is not just a bad relationship. That is a toxic environment that drains your self-worth. For Americans, especially, where therapy and self-help culture are common, knowing the difference helps you decide, do I set stronger boundaries and try to work on this, or do I need to protect myself and step away? Let's bust a couple quick myths. Myth: if they're selfish, they're a narcissist. Fact: selfishness can come from immaturity, stress, or poor habits. NPD is deeper and more pervasive. Myth: narcissists can't love. Fact: they can feel attachment, but it's often conditional, based on what you provide for their ego. So what can you do if you're unsure? Observe patterns, not moments. Everyone slips up. Look at the long-term consistency. Set clear boundaries. See how they respond. A partner who respects you will adjust. A narcissist will push harder. Seek outside perspective. Friends, therapists, or support groups can give clarity when you're too close to the situation. Protect your peace if it feels like you're constantly walking on eggshells. That's a sign. Whether it's NPD or just toxic behavior, you deserve better. So here's the takeaway. Not every bad relationship equals narcissism, but every healthy relationship requires respect, empathy, and growth. If this video gave you some clarity, share it with a friend who might be struggling to understand their relationship. And remember, the label isn't as important as how the relationship makes you feel. Because at the end of the day, you don't need a diagnosis to know you deserve love that's safe, supportive, and real. Gentle smile in tone. Thanks for watching, and take good care of yourself.